assurance to the great people of Embakasi East and the great people of Kasarani constituency that we, as your members of parliament, we will protect your interest, we will fight for you. This war is far from over. And number one, as members of parliament, it is our right, inherent and inalienable right, to protect you not only religiously but also spiritedly. And because of that, we have found a new owner, the legitimate owner of the said Kirima land. And this parcel of land belonged to one Bernardo de Masi. And that's why we are here today, to ensure that Bernardo de Masi gets what is rightfully his. The Kirimas are people who fraudulently took this said parcel of land from the Domenicos family, who is being represented by one Bernardo de Masi. We want the court to determine who is the rightful owner of the said parcel of land. As that is taking place, we've also appealed the decision by the Environment and the Land Court that was recently out, and to ensure that this appeal even goes up to the Supreme Court. With that, we shall have sufficient time, and together with this case, which we pray that number one, the rightful owner be determined before residents negotiate, because as we speak, we don't know who the residents are going to negotiate with. We don't know if the residents are supposed to negotiate with the Kirimas family or the Domenicos de Masi's family. So after that determination, the residents will come on board for the negotiation to take place. Number two, because of this is not a case that is going to end today or tomorrow. It might take even 10 years. Its appeal might take another 10 years. The Court of Appeal, that is, and the Supreme Court might take another 10 years. That is 30 years. Together with the appeals that we filed, another 10. That is 50 years of negotiation. And a story is told of a king who had two servants. These two servants lied to the king that they could make the king's horse to fly. The king, having realized that they lied, the king jailed them and condemned them to death. A night before their execution, the king called them to hear their last word. Then one of them said that he had nothing to say. Therefore, he was ready to be executed the following day. While another one told the king that he needed another 6 more months to make the king's horse fly. So the king said that one to be executed, and the one who needed 6 more months was also given that time. So when they went back to the prison cell, the one who was to be executed the following day asked the other one that, why did you lie to the king again, that you can make his horse fly, yet you know that the horse cannot fly? And he said that within 6 months, a lot can happen. Number one, within 6 months, the king can die, and therefore he will not be executed. Number two, within 6 months, the horse can die, and therefore he will have no animal to fly, to make to fly. Number three, that himself, he can die of natural causes within the 6 months, and therefore he will not have to be terminated or rather sent to heaven via different way, that is through execution. And lastly, that indeed he can make the horse fly. So we have time, we have 50 years to make the horse fly. So definitely, whatever you do with that story, I can only wish our constituents, that is Embakasi East and Kasarani constituencies, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Do not be troubled by the eviction notice. We are here to make an application for review of the judgment that came out recently and to seek for stay orders to ensure that we serve you. So all in all, a lot can happen within 50 years. So we want to still buy 50 years, but the rightful owner of this land is one Domenico De Masi. Asanteni sana, the Kirimas. We will meet with you in 40 years time to 50 years time. Let's, Mheshimiwa has not finished something.
So